I'm bringing up somebody who is a treasure to us here. She has done a story salon in progress, which is wonderful. We are entranced by her stories. And Dan has started this. Dan has started calling Debbie the Shakespeare of Texas. And she is nothing better than her, Miss Debbie Hall.
This is from my new series of stories called People and Friends, and this one is for Eddie. Okay, a few summers ago, I worked with Joey Travolta at his autistic film camps, and if you have never heard of the work he does, it's pretty incredible, and you can check it out at inclusionfilms.com. So at the end of the summer in August, we ended up in Auburn, Michigan, and my little class for film students were 14 9-year-old autistic boys and me. And we had the best time. They were so adorable. And two of those boys are the subject of this story. One was named Patrick, and Patrick knew everything there was to know about an insect. Any insect, pick one, he could tell you the mythology, the history, the makeup, everything about insects. And the other little boy was Eddie. And Eddie was a sweetheart, but he was very quiet, kind of shy, stayed off to himself, kind of sat in the back. So, you know, we just kind of let Eddie be. Well, the day came to film our little production that we had created, and we were scheduled to go at 2 o'clock. At 8 a.m., I said, boys, we cannot fall to pieces. We have got to hold it together. We are going to have activities. I had volunteers. I had everything in place. They're on the clock. 2 o'clock comes, 2 o'clock goes, and the little boys are going, schedule, schedule. And I said, you know, there's been delays. We're going to hold it together, hold it together. Finally, at 4 o'clock, we are told we can go to the building where they're going to film our little story. I said, boys, we are going to move as one across the campus. I know it's hot, it's August, but we're going to move as a unit across the campus methodically to this building. Company go. And on we go. They are holding it together. I was so proud of those little boys. Until it was all of a sudden, company halt. Because in the middle of the sidewalk was a little tiny praying mantis. And I went, oh dear God, don't let anything happen to that insect. Patrick will melt down. We will all melt down. And everybody was just frozen. Patrick looks at me slowly and I thought, hold it together. Just hold it together, boys. I have makeup and little costumes on you. Don't do anything. So all of a sudden, from the back of the line, Eddie puffs up, mans up, marches across through the line. We're all just like, what's he going to do? He hasn't said 2 words the entire time. What's he going to do? He goes over the grass. He picks up a little leaf. He comes back. He picks up that little praying mantis, puts him on a little leaf, walks him over and sets him on top of a hedge. Turns around all puffed up with pride, starts walking back to the group, and Patrick just goes, oh Eddie! And he goes running across the grass, and in that moment, it was one of those little teacher moments that you get to have where you see an entire life completely change in that moment where those 2 boys hugged. So right after that, we did the little film. It was adorable. After that, we had the little award ceremony, and we took our little picture. And here is the picture of my 14 9-year-old boys, and in the front, grinning from ear to ear, all puffed up with manly pride, is Eddie. Yeah. Thank you all so much. I have one for each of you. Another round of applause.